Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Damn, my nose contour is like really harsh, huh? Maybe I should take care of that. There we go. Way better. Way better. Well, today we're doing another Buy This Not That. If you guys are new to the channel, basically I do a series called Buy This Not That, and what I do is I compare a high-end product to a more affordable dupe, and I give you guys my opinion on what I think is worth a splurge and what is not. It's always nice to save money. Already did my base, as you guys can see. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna prime my eyes. I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. eyeshadow primer. I love this. It's $2 if you guys have never used it. It's really good. And then after that, I will prime my eyes with the P. Louise number 2 and number 4 eyeshadow primer. Now I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Photofocus translucent powder, and what I want to do is I want to make sure that I don't get a ton of fallout. I've never used either of these palettes, so I don't really know what to expect, so it's better to be safe than sorry. This is the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette. As I was scrolling through Instagram and Amazon, I stumbled upon this Beauty Glazed Mysterious eyeshadow palette. Now, let's just compare the packaging. Did they completely bite the Huda Beauty packaging? Absolutely. Huda's is a lot more sturdy. It's obviously made of like either acrylic or plastic. Either way, it's a super heavy duty packaging, whereas this one's more cardboard, but the photographs and that sort of holographic feel. Huda Beauty's Mercury Retrograde palette retails for $67, while the Beauty Glazed one from Amazon retails for $9. Huge price difference. Massive price difference. So I want to stop talking and I actually want to get into these palettes. My right side, your guys' left, will be Huda Beauty. And then on my left, your guys' right, you will be seeing the Amazon dupe by Beauty Glaze. Just get into it already. Sheesh. So for the Huda eye, I'm going to start with the shade Utopia. And this is not the brush I want to use. I'm going in with my e.l.f. crease brush, and I'm going to dig into that shade Utopia. Right off the bat, I mean, there is a little bit of kickback in the pan, as you guys can see, but I feel like that's pretty normal. It's not a deal breaker for me. I mean, right off the bat, we all know Huda's is going to be pigmented. I feel like her eyeshadows are pretty reliable. I feel like you definitely get what you pay for when it comes to Huda Beauty. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that shade Momentum, which is just that super nude shade, and I'm going to just kind of diffuse the edges. This eyeshadow is definitely a lot more pink than what I anticipated it to be. It looks very peachy. It's picking up a little bit more pink on camera, but in person, it definitely gave me peach vibes, which is totally fine. I'm not mad at it. I mean, who doesn't like pink eyeshadow? So I think that just be aware if you're more on that olivey side, this shadow is definitely going to show up more pink on us. In the In the Beauty Glazed Mysterious eyeshadow palette, I'm going in with Tangerine. This is definitely going to be more orange, I can already tell. Yeah, so this is definitely, you guys can see the difference, like how different that is. 100%. But, wow, that is a hella pigmented eyeshadow. I'm going to mix in a little bit of Amber, which is more of like a pinkier shade, into that Tangerine shade because I feel like there's a huge difference in this color. This is what I thought the Huda would have looked like. So let me just go ahead and even them out. Actually, I think I'm going to pick up Scarlet to even out my eyes because this is obviously a lot more pink than this one. And I just want them to match as close as possible. It's not like I'm going anywhere, but, you know. You guys, I literally was not ready for this. Holy crap, that is so freaking pink. As you guys can see, there's a huge difference. This eye is hella pigmented and hella pink. This is definitely a softer pink. So to even them out, I think I'm going to go in with a little bit of Galaxy. I feel like this right here is as close as it's going to get. All I did was I took Ivory and I literally just dusted it over the whole eye to kind of take that color down because crawl. Out of the Huda Beauty eyeshadow palette, I'm going to take the shade Karma. And this is on a Japanesque 725 brush. I'm going to run this right through my crease. Kind of hopefully defining my crease a little bit more. To be 100% honest, I don't feel like Karma really did anything to my crease. If anything, it just made it more like solid. From the Beauty Glaze palette, we're going to go in with the shade Khaki. And this already looks a lot more orange, I guess I should say, than Karma. Karma has more of like that mauve-y feel to it, where Khaki has more of that terracotta red. Again, this is the shade Khaki. So you guys can see how much more orange that definitely is compared to this eye. This is definitely more pink, more mauve, and this is definitely more orange. I'm going to take the shade Hot Mess from Huda's palette, and I'm actually going to just start packing this on the outside corner of my eye. I'm going to end up cutting the crease, but I just want to make sure that when I do that, I have something that kind of binds the color from the lid to the outer corner together. The similar looking shade in Beauty Glaze palette is Scarlet. That first kind of like reddish purpley color that I also added into my crease. So I'm going to pack that on the outside corner of Beauty Glazed eye. As you guys can see, this is definitely more like red and this is definitely more purple. This in its palette looks more purple. In person, it looks purple. It does not look red. Okay, I'm not going to bore you guys with cutting my crease because we've seen it 100 million times everywhere else. When I'm done cutting the crease, we'll hop back on and we'll get into this lid color. I'm going to go in with my Morphe 124 brush and I need to use this color. It's just screaming at me. You guys, this is absolutely freaking insane. What the hell? This is magic on my eyeball. Holy crap. I'm going to go back and I'm going to reinforce that outer corner with Hot Mess. I actually want to try this shade with my finger. I'll definitely say it applies a lot better with your finger. It's almost one of those chunky like glitters that the more you push, the more pressure you put on it, it just kind of breaks apart and creates a bolder shimmer. And I really think that the pressure from your finger makes a huge difference in the color payoff. I don't think that the camera is fully picking up this color, you guys. As you guys can see in the palette, it's definitely more blue, purple, kind of reflex of lavender. I would even say it has like a very dark blue in there, like a shift to it. So I'm really feeling this color like a lot. There's a shade called Mysterious right here at the bottom, and all I'm going to say is it has some competition. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use my same finger. Let me just clean it off a little bit more. I'm going to just take that Mysterious shade. As you guys can see, this is definitely more blue. It's not as glittery as the Huda Beauty one is. I really like this. I think that this would actually be really pretty under this to just kind of enhance that bluer undertone. As you guys can definitely see, this is a lot more blue than this one, but that's okay. That's why we're doing this video. We're trying to figure out which palette we like better and if they are dupes for one another. So let's go back and reinforce this outer corner. I'm still going to use that shade Scarlet, even though it's a lot more red. When I mix this lid color and Scarlet, it actually creates like a really pretty purple. So this eye so far is definitely more purpley, more pinky. It's a little bit more silver looking. This is more blue and more red. So there are major differences in both of my eyes, even though the palettes look incredibly similar. I will say so far, both of them are blending really easily. And I think both eyeshadows are really nice and creamy, and they're pigmented, which is obviously things that we look for in all of our eyeshadow palettes. The only difference in both of them again is just so far the actual colors. With my e.l.f. concealer brush, I'm digging into Supernova, which is this beautiful, almost rustic-y orange red eyeshadow shade. And it almost when it shifts, it almost has like a purple to it. So I'm gonna actually use it on my brush first. So it's really not picking up on the brush and laying down on my eye. So my best bet is gonna go in with my finger again. And I'm actually gonna just kind of sandwich that color in there up against Nebula. I'm gonna take the shade Crimson, which is the Beauty Glazed Mysterious eyeshadow palette, and I'm gonna use it on the inner corner of my eye with my finger. Both of those shades are damn near identical though. Honestly, looking at them up close, I can't really tell the difference. So far, I'm really liking the way that these eyeshadows are coming together. I think that the colors are absolutely beautiful. The color combination, I was questioning myself, but I'm starting to feel a lot more confident in it. I'm going to go in with the shade Cosmic from my Huda Beauty palette. Oh damn, this one crumbles super easily. And I'm going to pack it on my inner tear duct. That's really pretty. I wiped that same brush off, and I'm going to go into Lilac in the Mysterious palette, and I'm going to work my inner corner. Wow, that is hella more pigmented than what I was expecting. I guess I should have known because this palette is hella pigmented. As for fallout for both of the eyes, I feel like they're pretty equal. I feel like each eye has the same amount of fallout. I just feel like the colors in which there is fallout are different. This is definitely more of that red scarlet color, and this is definitely more of that glittery shade. Right now is a great time for me to jump off camera to do my bottom lash line as well as mascara, eyeliner, and eyebrows. I don't want to bore you guys with all those things. That's not what we're here for. Give me uno momento, por favor. Let's get into the winner of this Buy This Not That. For today's winner, I'm gonna have to give the W to the Beauty Glazed Mysterious eyeshadow palette. And the reason being is because, one, it is obviously so much more affordable than nearly a $70 palette after taxes. And if you're ordering it online, shipping costs, so it could well be an $80 eyeshadow palette. Another thing that I really loved about this palette, you guys, is the fact that I really love the texture of the shimmer shadows as well as all the matte shadows. It's kind of like what you see is what you get, where I feel like the Huda Beauty one, I was kind of shocked. Every time I put a shadow down, it was like a different color than what I was expecting. And yes, the palette does not have a mirror, but that's okay. I have mirrors in other palettes, compacts. I have my vanity. I have a mirror that I film with. So a mirror wasn't a deal breaker for me, as well as there wasn't that much fallout in the shadows, which I was kind of shocked about. Huda shadows are very soft, so there tends to be a lot of fallout. And I feel like I didn't have to work very hard at making these shadows blend. It was just kind of like they were made for one another. And I think something else that solidified the W for this was the fact that, you know, when I laid down that shimmer for Huda, what ended up happening is the glitter started transferring, where this one, the more purpley blue shade, ended up breaking down more like a very pigmented silky shimmer shade, which made me super, super happy. I mean, look how freaking pigmented it is compared to how soft Huda's is. So again, it's all personal preference. I'm just trying to look out for you guys. I'm trying to look out for your pockets. And I gave today's W to Beauty Glazed, the Mysterious Eyeshadow Palette. I hope that you guys enjoyed this Buy This, Not That. It was a little sketch for me in the beginning. I wasn't sure how this was gonna go, considering that each shadow just went on so different and so pigmented for the Beauty Glazed. I was not prepared. I hope that you guys hit that subscribe button to stick around for some more Buy This Not That videos, and make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up. Without further ado, my little beautiful glam fam, I will catch you guys all in my next video. Bye guys.